that's it. Maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe I should have just said fuck it. Me and him would be dating. I'd be dating a gambler. Then he'd gamble his money away. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so as you can see from the title, I went on a Bumble date, a Hinge date, and a Coffee Meets Bagel date, and here's what happened. Let me just go right into it because I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, I mean, I've gone on a couple of dates, but I want to talk about 3 dates from 3 different apps. Just so you can get an idea of what dates from these apps are like. So I'm gonna just quickly say that only one of them is black, the rest of them are different races. So yeah, so hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what I was talking about in my last video, and I said you need to be a bit open if you're coming out to LA and you're dating and whatever. So let's get right to it. Okay, so obviously I said I went on a date from Bumble, Hinge, and Coffee Meets Bagel, and here's what happened. So with the Bumble date, I'm gonna just call all their names. I mean, they watch my YouTube videos. They kind of do. They kind of do, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna talk about all the dates, and yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not dating any of them, so I'm free to talk about what I want to talk about. So the Bumble date I'm gonna talk about today, his name is Devon. You can decide whether or not he's white or black. So when I saw his name, before I even looked at his pictures, I was like, huh. And then I realized he's a white guy, but his name is Devon, and he works in a company and whatever. He's doing all right for himself. So we were talking for a little bit on Bumble, a couple of days, and you know, it was vibes. Like, we were vibing, it was going really well, this, that, and the other. And then he was like, oh, you know, we should come out, we should go for a date. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. You know, I was down for it. I was like, I'm down to do a date on the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. I'll be in your area because I'm going to go to fellowship. So church on Thursdays, I was going to fellowship on Thursday, and it ends about 9:30, 10. So I was like, I can see you for drinks afterwards. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, yeah, it's a bit late, but like, that's the only free time I have this week. So he was like, all right, cool, no problem. So I went over, and then we went on a date. We went to a little cute bar that, like, apparently, not even apparently, I saw a ton of celebrities in the bar, which is, I was quite surprised because it's such a tiny little cute, like, rustic type of bar like near Melrose area, but it was so cute, and there were so many celebrities there. It was crazy how many celebrities I saw in there, but I had to just play cool because I'm on a date. I didn't come here to look for celebrities. So yeah, it was really cool. He's really tall and very big. A very big guy, very tall guy, and whatever. So yeah, the date went really well. We were chit-chatting, we're talking, and then they started to play karaoke in the bar, and some gay guys came up to me, and they were like dancing and vibing with me and whatever, and he was getting a bit jealous, and I was like, this guy is not looking for me, my dear. Like, he's looking for men. I'm a woman, I have a vagina. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough, whatever. And then it was just a vibe. It was really cool. It was really nice. So from the restaurant, I mean, conversation was going well. You know what I mean? It was going really well. It was a flow. Then from the restaurant, we went to have a restaurant. From the bar, we were there for like probably 3 hours or something. We were just chilling, vibing, you know, getting into the groove of things because it got really busy towards the end of the night. And then we went to go have breakfast because I was like, oh, okay, you know, day's over. And he was like, oh, come on. And then he held me in by the arm here. And then we went to, he was like, oh, can we go do you mind if we go do breakfast? You know, I just don't want the day to end. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Let's go. So we went to, I can't remember the name of a place. I'll put the name on the screen. We went to this this breakfast place. I think they close at 3. We probably got there like 2, so we only had 1 hour, but they were really nice. The food was really good. So we sat there, we had breakfast, everything, and then as LA goes, after the date, baby boy was like, do you want to come back to mine? And I was like, no, I really don't, you know. And yeah, that was it. That's what we ended. And then the next day, he hit me up and he was like, do you actually like me? And I was like, yeah. Why? I mean, I like what I know so far. I can't exactly like you yet, but I'm down to get to know you even more, you know? And he was like, oh, because you didn't come back to mine. I was like, yeah, you need to remember that I'm not from LA, so I don't know how things operate here, and I don't operate that way, even back home. So I'm not going to change my ways just because. And then he was like, oh, okay, fair enough. You know, he completely understands that. You know, but he just got the vibe that I didn't like him because I wasn't trying to. I was like, yeah. So I had to basically break it down to him that, look, this is not how we operate on this side of town. So that's not going to work, boo-boo. And he was like, okay, cool. You know, whatever. And then he tried to go on another date. So basically, the impression I was getting from this guy was that he's doing all right for himself. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But the impression I was getting from him, it was that he was doing much better than he was doing. So, after knowing him for a couple of months, whatever, he invited me to his house for lunch and whatever. So I went over to his house. And I don't know how to explain this, but his house wasn't the image that he portrayed himself to be. Like, his place was really like, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't Hollywood, no doubt. But I don't know how to explain it without sounding like I'm being a snob. But his house just wasn't up to par. It just didn't fit the image he was presenting to me. And that kind of put me off a little bit. So after that, I just didn't speak to him again. I mean, he tried to contact me and stuff. And yeah, I mean, we had a good time, you know, we ate lunch, we chilled and whatever. But I just felt like he was portraying something that he wasn't to me. And that really annoyed me. Yeah. I'm not saying his house was like, actually that's a lie, his house was dirty. I was gonna say, I'm not saying his house was dirty. It was dirty. It was actually really dirty. And that really annoyed me. It's not even, the house doesn't have to be big. It could be a little tiny apartment. But it was like it could be a really tiny apartment, but it was like a tiny apartment that was like just dirty and like dingy and like, yeah, I just didn't understand it. So yeah, Bumble dates. I've gone on other Bumble dates and they've been nice. I actually met a guy that works for NASA. I'm not going to say his name. A guy that works for NASA from Bumble. He lives in Pasadena. And really cool guy, everything. Really, you know, really chill guy, really fun guy. Very touchy-feely guy. He likes to touch and hold people or whatever. I mean, we've been talking for a little bit before we met. But he was just super comfortable. And I was just like, oh my God, chill. We just met, like, relax, you know. But he was a vibe. So I didn't really, I mean, I did tell him to chill, but I didn't really, like, I wasn't rude or anything. And again, LA. You know, he wanted me to come back to his in Pasadena. And, you know, when I refused, he thought I didn't like him. So, yeah. We didn't talk for a couple of days, and then he hit me up, and he was like, he's just trying to understand why I'm not feeling him. And I was like, I actually was feeling you. Like, I really thought that we could have something here, but, like, you just were trying to smash. And he was like, no, he's a certain type of, just the whole LA thing that I was telling you guys about. So that happened. So those are Bumble dates. Now let's talk about Hinge. So, Hinge date. I met a guy, Indian guy. Let's call him Han. So we met, we were talking, everything. I mean, we were talking for a little bit on the app, and then he was like, oh, can we please meet up? I'm like, very nice guy. Can we please meet up? Everything. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So we went out for lunch one day on a Sunday. We went out for lunch. He picked me up. Really nice guy. I mean, I feel like what I can tell you before I keep on going, what I can tell you from Hinge and Bumble is that I feel like the guys on Hinge are what they say they are. I mean, apart from like the odd few on Bumble, but then again, the NASA guy that I met on Bumble was also on Hinge, so he fits the category of Hinge that I'm talking about. So I feel like the people on Hinge are more true about who they say they are than Bumble. From what I found, I don't know, but from what I found from my personal experience, I found that people that are on Hinge, if they say they're cut from a certain cloth, they are cut from a certain cloth. Apart from that other guy that left me in the restaurant, obviously, that one was a liar. But apart from that guy, every other person I've gone out on Hinge with, and I'm friends with today, or, you know, whatever, so that we were vibing, but we decided to become friends because we were vibing on a friendship level, I've been who they said they are from Hinge. From Bumble, on the other hand, I find that, like, I don't know, it's like a facade. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. I have gone on good days on Bumble, not gonna say I haven't, and people have been who they say they are, but what I found is there's more real people on Hinge than Bumble. Bumble's filled with like a lot of grown, down to earth, chill type of people, if you know what I mean. Whereas Yeah, Bumble's filled with a whole lot of chill, down to earth people. Hinge is filled with chill, down to earth people, but people that are doing well for themselves. That's what I found. But then again, I'm on Bumble and Hinge, so, and I'm doing well for myself. So really, what am I saying? I'm talking about the guys though, from my personal experience. I mean, I have met some good people on Bumble. I have met some good people on Hinge. But what I've deduced is I've met more caliber people on Hinge than I have on Bumble. But then again, I have met some really good people on Bumble too. But yeah, so anyways, Hinge guy. So we went on a date and we went to a really nice restaurant. I actually met Shayla that day at the restaurant. I'll put a picture right here. She was really cool, whatever. I saw her in the restaurant and I was like, oh, okay. So I looked around and I realized there was a lot of YouTubers in this place and I didn't understand why he brought me there, but we both picked it together. It's not like he chose it entirely on his own. But it was a really nice place. It was really, really, really good food, you guys. I'll put the food on the screen. The food was so good. So yeah, we sat down, we ate. It was chill. It was a whole vibe and everything. And then the day was over. He's not from LA, so he wasn't telling me to come to his house on that day. But yeah, so it was a good day. He dropped me off. When we came back to mine, we chilled. We didn't come to my house, but my estate, and we were just kind of chilling by the dog park, and we were just watching dogs. And then he went home, and it was like a whole vibe. It was really chill. And then fast forward a couple of months, he wanted us to hang again. Not a couple of months, maybe a week or 2 weeks or something. We went out again, and it was a vibe. But let's say like maybe a few weeks down the line, he was like, oh, do you want to come to mine? I do really good shisha. You can come with friends or whatever. We can just all hang out, wine, and do shisha and chill, and I'll cook. I was like, yeah, that's obvious. That's a plan. We'll set that in motion. Then, let's say like a month later, because we were talking sparingly. So he called me a month later and he was like, yeah, he wanted to tell me something. He's been going through some stuff. And I was like, what have you been going through? Like, because you just went MIA. And he was like, basically, if I'm honest, I just thought me and him were going to end up being friends. I'm just going to be honest. I just thought we were going to end up being friends because he's really cool and everything. But in terms of certain things, they just weren't there. Yeah. So I didn't see it happening. But I kept giving him chances because I kept thinking, something could come out of it. Maybe I would change my mind. I was just giving him opportunities. But anyways, see, he called me and he was like, he just wants to explain to me why he's been MIA. And I was like, yeah, what's happening? And he was like, oh, so basically, he's been going through some stuff, financially, and the income that was coming from work isn't coming as much anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? You have a job, they pay you monthly? And he was like, yeah, but what it is that he had a contract and his contract just ended, and he just they put him in a different position where he's not earning as much money, so he's not able to pay his loan back in his home country, and he's not able to I don't even know. He's not able to do some other things. And what was funny to me? I'll put a clip of what I went, like, the car he picked me up in and all that stuff on the first day. What was funny to me was that, like, I just felt like from the jump, you could have just told me, look, this is not my, like, it's my money, but, like, I'm working for it, but, like, I don't know how to explain how I was feeling about that whole situation. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you. I mean, I know people go through financial hiccups and financial bumps and lumps, but, like, I don't know. I felt like he lied to me from the jump. I felt like he made it seem... This is like the Bumble guy, isn't he? Yeah. He made it seem like he was richer than he was. He did. But at the same time, in terms of the Bumble guy, this Hinge guy actually did have, like, he was actually doing well for himself. He actually had, a place that was clean. Because I eventually went, and he actually had a place that was clean, and it was just a vibe, and he's actually a clean person and just a nice person, all around real person. Whereas with the Bumble guy, I felt like he was putting up an LA front, an LA facade, because I guess because that's what people do here, so he thought I was about that life. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's a reason I want to talk about these 2 dates, not like the good ones. Well, these are good ones, but there's been better ones. But I want to talk about these particular ones just simply because you just need to be careful with these apps, because a lot of people are just trying to be fake. And you need to keep it as real as possible with yourself and with the people that you're trying to get to know, just so that everyone is on the same page when it comes to getting to know each other. I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense, but that's it. Then, Coffee Meets Bagel guy. So, Coffee Meets Bagel is a very weird app. I feel like the people there, I don't know. It's like you have to go through a lot of frogs to find a prince on Coffee Meets Bagel. It's really weird. You have to do, like, they give you a couple of swipes a day, and you probably won't find any swipes. Like, maybe you, in the whole week of giving you swipes per day, you'll probably find 2 people that you're interested in, just simply because they're not your type. I don't know what algorithm they're using to match people, but yeah, it's not working. But anyways, so went on a date with a guy from Coffee Meets Bagel. Cool guy, really fun. So we were talking. This was before my birthday trip, and we were talking and everything, and I was like, oh, I can't remember how we got into this conversation, but I was like, yeah, I'm going for my birthday. And he was like, who are you going with? I was like, myself. He was like, can I come? And I was like, yeah, you know, that's a possibility, you know. And he was like, okay, cool. He was like, let's meet up. If we're feeling each other, if we're vibing, we'll go. So we met up. It was cool fun. It was cool beans. He was actually really cool. We went to dinner. I'm trying to remember everything. That's why my face looks scrunched. So we went to dinner. It was really fun. He told jokes and stuff. He was really cool. But one thing put me off. So he was like, he's actually supposed to be gambling right now. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, yeah, he's supposed to be gambling. I was like, what does that mean? Like, you know, let's call him Marcus. He was like, he's supposed to be gambling right now. I was like, what does that mean? He was like, oh, that's how he makes his money. I literally was like, what? First of all, I feel like gambling is an addiction. Yes, people do it as a profession to make money, but that's how they get their bread and butter. But I genuinely feel like it's an addiction. So I just don't feel like someone that gambling is their life. It's different if you own the casino and people gamble in your casino. Someone that gambling is their life, that's their bread and butter. I just feel like I can't marry someone like that, because you have an addictive personality. So you will rub that on my children. Like, there's just so many things I thought about when he told me that. I mean, he was trying to be honest. Maybe I'm being a little too judgmental, but it's what I can take. There's things I can take and there's things I can't take. I can't take that. And it's funny because I actually never thought it was something that I would think about, because I know people do, like, people have other jobs. It's different if you have a career and you like to gamble and you make money from it. Difference. But when you don't have any other things that you do and gambling is your bread and butter, I'm just like, wow. Yeah, no. So I never knew it was something that I couldn't take until I met him. And I was like, I never realized, Marcus, I can't take this. Well, there you have it. So, yeah. But it was a good day, regardless of all that. And he dropped me back at mine, because I don't have a car in LA yet, in case you don't know. So he dropped me back at mine. Generally, I like to take my car, but if the place that we're at is close by, you drop me. So he dropped me back at mine. Really nice gentleman, everything. We talked, whatever. We hung out for a little bit outside, and then he left. So he sent me a message. He's like, oh, he's home. I was like, yeah, that's fine. You know, yay, thank God. And another time he was like, he wants to do a date and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I don't know that that's gonna work, you know, and stuff. And he was like, why? And I was like, yeah, I just feel like we have different, like, goals and aspirations in life. So yeah, maybe I'm being too picky. Now that I think about it, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe I should have just said, fuck it. Me and him would be dating. I'd be dating a gambler. Then he'd gamble his money away, and then I'd have to give him money. Or he'd lose a lot of money one day and he'll be really upset and come home angry. And I would just have to deal with it, because at least I'll be in a relationship. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't even say that. I couldn't say that whole story with a straight face. I apologize. you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit it. Thank you. But yeah, so those are the dates. Those are what happened on the Hinge, Bumble, and Coffee Meets Bagel dates. I think what I will say is, out of all the dates, because of the people I picked, okay, I've gone on really good dates, but okay, what I will say is, if we add the NASA guy, I would say the best dates I've been on is NASA guy, which was from Bumble and Hinge, because he swiped me on both. But if we take him out of the three of them, the best date, I don't know. That's hard. I don't know. What date do you guys think was the best one? Please leave it in the comment section. And let me know. But I'm trying to think. I don't know. The Coffee Meets Bagel guy was really polite. He pulled my chair out. He was a sweet guy. Like, people came to ask him questions. He gave them directions very politely. He was so nice. And the Hinge guy, I think I know what the Hinge guy lacked. The Hinge guy lacked swag. I'm not talking about like swag, put your trouser down, all that kind of stupid shit. I'm talking about confidence, like knowing who you are and knowing that no one can shake you. Yeah, that was what it was about the Hinge guy. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that was the Hinge guy. I think that's what he lacked, which is why the date was great, but that element was missing. So that's what killed that. And the Bumble guy had the swag and had all that, but at the same time, he lied, didn't he? I don't know what date was the best one. I'm gonna have to say the Coffee Meets Bagel guy. Yeah, let's call him Eric. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Marcus. I think he's gonna have to be the best one out of these three dates. I've had others. I've had better. You know what? My next video that I talk about dates I've been on, I'm going to talk about my really good dates on these apps. But yeah, these are just the mediocre ones. And Marcus has to be the best one. Which is funny, because me and Marcus weren't going to amount to anything. But he was polite. He was nice. He was what he was. He was what he appeared to be, because I remember I was talking to him on FaceTime, and he was like, oh, here's why he wanted me to come to his house. He just bought a fish tank. So he was showing me. Huh. I don't know. I think it's going to have to be Coffee Meets Bagel, which is funny because Coffee Meets Bagel has like the weirdest sets of guys. Yeah, I guess Marcus won it for them. So yeah, Coffee Meets Bagel, out of these dates that I've talked about, these three dates, Coffee Meets Bagel was the nicest one. The guy had confidence, he was polite, he was nice, he was doing really well for himself, everything. So yeah, Coffee Meets Bagel was definitely the nicest, the best one out of these three dates. According to my standards and according to me, the only thing is that I knew that I couldn't be with him long term, so there was no need for us to continue. We're still cool. We talk every now and then. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You know what, yeah, before I do that, I feel like maybe you guys can tell me if you want me to do another video. Actually, if you don't want, I'll still do it. But if you want me to do another video kind of telling you what my best dates have been on these apps, let me know in the comment section and I'll do one. I'm probably still going to do one anyways, but yeah, let me know if you want to know what my best dates on these apps have been, and I will share that with you. I just kind of gave you the regular ones just so you have an idea of what to expect on these apps. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. And yeah, that's it. I will catch you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Ciao.